So there's our solution, we hope. To check it, copy the equation, write in the set of parentheses for the variable. We'll fill in negative 25 over 2. And then multiply. Well, once again, we're multiplying in fractions, and so we get 2 cancel. Hot dog. Alright, 2 into 2 is 1. 2 into negative 4 is negative 2. 5 into 5 is 1. 5 into negative 25 is negative 5. Hand side then, we get 10. Since negative 2 times negative 5 is 10. Divided by 1 is 10. On the right hand side we get 10. This checks, which means of course that x equals negative 25 halves is the correct answer. Now the improper fraction form is perfectly acceptable. In fact, you notice that in our check it's more convenient than if we had changed the negative 25 halves to a mixed number. To do the check we would have to turn right back to the improper fraction, and so we prefer the improper fraction form as we work with equations. Mixed numbers would be fine, but just more trouble. For our next example, we have negative 32 is equal to 8y. To eliminate the 8, which is the coefficient, we can multiply by 1/8 or divide by 8. Remember that one use of the multiplication property is to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient that we want to remove. Remove a coefficient by dividing both sides of the equation by the coefficient. Dividing here, the 8's cancel, giving us 1's. The 8 cancels here, giving us negative 4. And so we get negative 4 is equal to y. The check is so easy that I'll leave that check to you, and let's go to some exercises. For the exercises, we solve each equation, and our first one is negative 2/3 w is equal to 8. The second, negative 54 is equal to negative 9z, and the third, opposite of m over 7 is equal to 20. Copy these, stop the tape, work the problems, then restart the tape and check your answers. Our answers are w is equal to negative 12, z is equal to 6, and m is equal to negative 140. If you missed any of these, be sure to mark your paper, try to check them yourself, try to correct them yourself. If you can't, then ask for help. Now we need to use both properties. We'll solve equations using both the addition and the multiplication property. Let's begin as our first example with 4x plus 1 is equal to 9. 4x plus 1 is equal to 9. Notice that the variable x has a coefficient 4. It also has the extra term 1 added on that side of the equation. We must eliminate both the coefficient and the extra term. Always, we will begin in this type of equation by eliminating the extra term. We'll undo the adding before we tackle the multiplication. We'll undo this adding 1 by adding the opposite of 1. So let's add negative 1 to both sides of the equation. This gives us 4x plus 1 is equal to negative 1. 4x plus 1 add negative 1 is equal to 9 add negative 1. The negative 1's add out on the left-hand side, leaving us with 4x. On the right, we get 8. Then this example has become the type that we just finished working with, 4x is equal to 8. We eliminate the 4 by dividing both sides by 4, and that gives us x is equal to 2. For the check, copy the equation, draw the horizontal line below it, and then below the 4x, add 1. We write 4 parenthesis pair, add 1 equals 9. The number we're checking is 2, so we'll fill in 2, and then work out the left-hand side. 4 times 2 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 equals 9, checks out just fine, and so our solution, x equals 2, is correct.